Esports, and we are here for a great matchup in League of Legends. We've got Butler versus DePaul. Both of these teams, big, heavy hitters in this Big East Conference.
100%. They've both got really high-level players, grandmasters, challengers, masters players all around the board.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tough matchup, but I think Butler's got a slight edge. This team has been looking very good. They've been on the up and up since their loss to St. John's. Their game last week against Seton Hall was an absolute stomp, a 2-0, and it was a great game to watch. And hopefully you guys were watching here on the stream. It was a great game.
Yeah, everybody on the Butler team has like a piece to play, and they all do it really well. They're all dogs on that team. I mean, nobody above the other, just all coming at it full force.
Yeah, we see this is a very big game for both sides, actually. They are both tied for second. The winner of this game will solely go into second place and be behind the undefeated St. John's.
Yeah, and it's definitely like a staple for either team if they win. They're making their mark in this league.
Yes. This is going to be a very, very interesting game today. We're going to have Kim in the jungle going up against Reaper. This is going to be a big matchup here in the jungle. We might see some aggressive picks from Kim, possibly like a Kindred or an Elise.
And his talent especially, being number 3 talent in the world, number 1 talent in A. If they're not banning it every game, I'm going to be quite surprised.
Me too. I think that Seton Hall didn't ban it in that second game, and they came to regret it in that 2-0. It was a great game, that game, but looking forward, we still have more to come. And this bot lane for Butler is going to be a key factor against the bot lane of DePaul, where that is their rock. That is where they want to play.
Yeah, besides jungle, huge bot lane matchup. 2 like Titanic ADCs. You got Carthago up against King Amazing. Huge matchup.
Looks like we are getting into draft here. A Jarvan first ban for DePaul.
Seems like they don't want the safe pickup.
We're running into some technical issues. Oh, okay. A Draven ban for Butler and an Annie. That's a target ban towards Levi. He picked that twice last week. And Annie is just such a strong pick right now.
And it looks like Butler doesn't want to see the Draven come out, the front line destroyer. And a Xayah ban too. He has played Xayah a lot this season.
Oh, and the Asol ban is coming out as well. Asol, with the recent rework, he has been an absolute menace in solo queue.
I don't know if that's a troll ban or what, but I haven't seen an Ivern ban.
An Ivern ban is a little bit suspicious. I'm not sure about that. And we get the Caitlyn first pick for King Amazing.
That's an interesting first pick. I'm gonna like to see what support they pair it up with, but let's see what Butler picks.
We might see a Morgana. We could see a Caitlyn. We could also see that Ashe that has been very prominent.
And we have a Ziggs pick coming out. We see the safe pick.
Yeah, we see a Ziggs and a Kindred. Kindred, we did talk about that for Kim. Kim has really liked these aggressive style junglers, and Butler loves to play around this aggressive jungle style of Kim.
Oh, and a Rengar pick. They're going real aggressive here, wanting to one-shot this Ziggs potentially. Even the Kindred too. Definitely a threat.
Rengar is a very interesting pick here. I'm not sure how that matchup is, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these two players play it out. And we have a Zac pick for possibly Nat Dog in the support role.
I mean, that's his main champion. He's got a really high KDA on that champion this season. And they pull out the Ornn ban and the Ryze ban.
Ryze, that's a likely a target pick towards Algistair in this mid lane.
Kassadin ban.
And a Kassadin and a Karma ban as well from Butler. And let's see what how Butler rounds out this draft. Likely it could be a blind pick in the mid lane and give the counter pick to Newtly.
And that's looking like what it's going to be with the Galio pick. Oh, and into a Vigar.
That was an insta-lock Veigar pick. That's going to be going towards Algistair in this mid lane.
I wonder if that's a Rengar flex top. Oh, it could be.
It could be. We could see the Rengar top and Sejuani jungle. These are two flex picks here in the top jungle here.
We have seen them go Sejuani before in these earlier matchups, and we get the Olaf pick. I think that's a very good pick into Sejuani.
And that is a staple pick for Newtly in this top lane. We do love to see this front to back style from Butler. This is looking to be what they're going for. We could see a Zac engage into a Galio ult. We could see a Olaf just running through the fight. This is going to be very interesting to see how Butler will play this game.
In front to back, they're a very good team too, with the Kindred kind of protecting the whole team as they shred the front line or potentially dive into the back line.
And also, another interesting thing, how is this Rengar going to build? Is he going to be going for that full damage build, or is he going to possibly be going more of a tankier build, maybe like a Black Cleaver into a Gore Drinker or something like that?
I'm thinking, personally, it's going to be a lethality build. Maybe he could split top lane if the Sejuani's jungle. Have that tower threat. He always can take towers. He's a menace when it comes to that.
Yeah, his empowered Q does a lot of damage to those turrets. He gets that bonus attack speed from his Q. It's going to be a very interesting to see if he's going for that split style. Also, this bot lane is going to be a big factor. As we can see, we have the Kate Lux in the bot lane for DePaul, and we have the Ziggs and Zac, which we saw in I believe it was against St. John's. It was game 1 against St. John's where they pulled out this Zig-Zac bot lane.
It seems to be working really well for them, but the Caitlyn Lux is a staple. I mean, that's been around League of Legends for its entire career. So I'm really excited to see this matchup, how it goes out.
Yeah, and I think this Zac is probably looking to just play super aggressive, get onto this Caitlyn, get onto the Caitlyn, get onto the Lux, get double CC, and have Ziggs come in with the damage, the CC as well with that E and the Q, the W. We might see some very interesting fights in this bot lane.
100%. And Ziggs, he can reposition the enemy team. I'm excited to see that. But he can also nuke the enemy team from pretty much anywhere on the map. Basically a global.
Yeah, and it's a staple pick for Carthago. He loves picking this Ziggs in the bot lane. Just a great AP threat in this game.
What we can't have this game, though, is the Kindred getting caught out. Last time they played Kindred, there were multiple instances of Kim just kind of fighting alone, like being left out to dry almost.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to happen since he does have that Galio ult to just ensure that he has some backup whenever he is going in.
That's definitely a great combo. I didn't even think about that, but it's just extra security.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to play around this jungle, possibly get some invades for Kim early to get those early marks, and possibly some early ganks to get some marks as well.
This is definitely looking like an objectives game. It's not one off the bot lane or the top lane. It's looking like it's going to be one through Dragons, Barons, and Rift Heralds.
Yeah, and definitely whoever gets to those objectives first is going to have a very good advantage in this game.
100%. Team comp wise, I'm not so sure about DePaul's team comp. Seems a little all over the place for me.
That is true as well. They do seem a bit squishy in terms of their team comp, other than the Sejuani. That I don't know how well the front line is going to be for DePaul in order to protect this back line.
It's definitely just Sejuani up there, and with Olaf and Kindred, I mean, it's just she's gonna get shredded instantly if she's not.
Kraken Slayer and the Olaf is there to shred some of that armor, and it looks like we are getting into the game. We're getting oh, we might get a fight here. That's 5v5. They're both going down here.
30 seconds until
Off of 30 seconds.
Oh, the flash
is coming out.
And this is going to be, Newly might be in a little bit of trouble here. He might have overstepped. The jumps, and that is first blood going over to King Amazing. And this is looking to be a double kill for King Amazing. Not a good start from Butler.
Rough start, but the kill goes on to Kindred, so that's not bad. Caitlyn got a double, though. Definitely something to worry about. They're already at 500 gold.
Yeah, this is a little bit suspicious from Butler. You have to think, like, was DePaul prepared for that 5-man?
I feel like they definitely were. They were expecting it. Butler has done this 5-man walk strat in the past games. As we see Sejuani walking up, I'm thinking Sejuani's going to want to go for like an early game fight against this Olaf. She brought Ignite.
Yeah, and Olaf did burn his ghost in that fight as well, which is this is going to give Sejuani a little bit of an advantage in that top lane.
I like this anti-mage pick against the Vigar. We're going to see a lot of movement out of the mid lane. Jungle and the mid lane are going to be moving together a lot as we get a fight with Olaf and Sejuani early.
A very nice trade from Newtly. He's just harassing this Sejuani with those undertows.
He used a lot of mana to do it though, so it's looking a little sketchy.
He does have those biscuits. He can get a little bit of that mana back, but you don't want to spend too much of your mana to be poking out this Sejuani.
As we see Rengar skips Grom, so I think he's going to want to make a play bot lane here.
I think they do spot Reaper on his Raptors here. Just barely, though. And another thing that Butler is probably going to be looking to play around is that shutdown onto King Amazing. They are probably going to be looking to get this early shutdown onto possibly Carthago, maybe even Kim.
This is the fight I was talking about. He's going in on this Newtly.
Yeah, Malinek is playing this very well. Newtly is a little bit chunked out here. He can't really walk up to the wave.
And he's running out of mana, he's running out of health. His sums are down, he only has TP. His Conqueror's not stacked anymore.
Yeah, and this Zigzag is getting pushed out and pushed under the turret here. They're looking to get an early deep vision in this bot side jungle.
We see Kindred playing towards the top side. Oh, it looks like he's going to make a play mid.
And it also looks like she did get that mark on that top side scuttle. So that is +1 mark for the Kindred in this jungle. This Kindred is looking to just get those marks early. The Kindred already has the early kill, and that is going to be very big for Butler to try to play around this Kindred.
We also see a really early TP come out from the Ziggs. The wave state was kind of paused in the middle. I'm not sure why he burned TP there.
Yeah, they might have been looking to push that into the turret if he didn't TP. I think that's probably why he had to TP. You just want to make sure that he doesn't actually lose a bunch of these minions.
I'm excited to see how this Kindred works in this team fight.
Yeah, me too. I think this Kindred definitely wants to try to just shred through this this front line from DePaul here.
especially coming out of
Oh,
fifth.
Noodly's playing a little bit too aggressive here. He might die. Oh, the shield, the level up, he just barely survives this damage from Malinek.
Definitely a close one, and we can see the Kindred walking up, so there's definitely kill potential here. Olaf just has to play very safe.
Oh, yeah, Olaf is just trying to catch these minions, just barely stay out of range of Malinek, and Kim is coming in here for the gank. This might be +1 mark again. Kim getting the kill credit, and that is big for Butler.
This definitely flips this top lane back to the Olaf. He's gonna get a wave or two out of this, maybe even a plating.
Yeah, but you also don't want to overstay your welcome. However, Malinek did use his TP earlier, so this might be another plating for Olaf.
There's definitely a really early dragon play coming out from the Rengar too. It's very safe though with the bot prio.
Yeah, and Kim did just show top, so this is going to be a free dragon for the Ocean Drake first for DePaul.
I hope this is an Ocean Soul. I feel like that would make the game more fun. Olaf healing a ton.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna see what we're just gonna see a little bit of back and forth between these teams. It's a very even game state. Only 100 gold lead for DePaul. That lead is entirely going to be on King Amazing. While the gold lead for Butler is on Kim. So it's gonna be these two marksmen battling it out in this game.
I think it's gonna be interesting because Caitlyn's gonna take over this role in the mid game. And Kindred's just gonna keep scaling as Caitlyn does this. It's gonna be a very close one between these two.
Yes, and you mentioned that Kindred scaling, where Caitlyn doesn't really scale super hard into that later stages of the game, where Kindred can infinitely scale.
Looks like they're taking a blue buff here. And they might have a collapse on this Sejuani.
Sejuani does know they did have a ward in that bush. Noodly does burn his ghost to try to chase down Malinek, but he is able to get away.
This is a little aggressive for this Mark here. Could be a kill on Kim.
Yeah, Kim has to flash out of the Veigar cage, and he might be a little bit in trouble here. The hero's entrance is popped, and the flash secures the kill for Algistair.
That was a little aggressive on the hero's entrance. I don't think you need to do that. I'm pretty sure Kim was dead.
But it did force the flash out of Algistair, whereas Levi also did have to burn his flash as well.
Oh, that tower shot's gonna be huge in this fight.
Wait, Malinek might be in trouble here. Noodly gets the kill, and now Olaf is online. This is very bad for Malinek. He's not gonna be able to play the game.
We might see a steal here.
Ooh, yeah, Kim is looking for a little bit of a steal here. Big chunk onto Levi. There might be some fight here. They're just looking to push off. Oh wait, Carthago is in trouble. Oh, the ace in the hole will find its mark. King Amazing.
Definitely a risky play from Carthago there to try and fight the Caitlyn. She is way ahead of him, even if he is on the tower.
Yeah, the Noon Quiver is a little bit too strong of damage for the Ziggs to handle. And Rift Arrow is just going to be coming out for Butler. A very nice little play to get DePaul off of that objective and be able to steal that away.
Who did the Kindred shutdown go to?
I believe it went over to the Veigar, the Algistair.
That is a very dangerous shutdown to give. Besides the Caitlyn, the least person I'd want to give it to would be the Veigar.
That is, yeah. This Veigar is going to be very hard to deal with that extra shutdown gold, because he is going to be scaling into this later stages of the game, just like the Kindred. If it gets to the later stages of the game, Kim versus Algistair is going to be the matchup we are looking at.
I think so too, but This Caitlyn's also going to be really dangerous, even late game.
Yes, 3-0 already completed that Gale Force, and the Everfrost already completed for Algistair.
First item before 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is a little bit scary for Butler, but we do have some chances of coming back here. The Kindred can scale with those marks, and also that shutdown is still a little bit juicy on that Caitlyn.
It looks like we might be setting something up bot lane here. They do have vision covering it, so we might back off, but...
Yeah, it looks like we are going to back off of that play. Nothing to be had there. Kim might be looking for something mid here. Oh, Algistair might be a little bit caught out here. Oh,
we didn't even get the R out of the Kindred.
Yeah, he didn't think he was going to die there, I don't think. The Zac passive is popped here. He looks like he is going to be dead. King Amazing getting that kill credit.
DePaul coming out really aggressive here, just commanding this lead. Huge plays being made.
Yeah, very, very strong plays from DePaul here in this spot lane. There looks like to be another dragon going to be going over to DePaul. Oh, there might be a play here. Newtly is going to be running him down, and that is a kill shut down for Newtly, and they force the TP out of Sejuani as well.
This Olaf is going to be huge with the Kindred.
But now it looks like they might have overstayed their welcome here. This is going to be a little bit... oh, they might be able to turn this back, though. Reaper is in a little bit of trouble here. Kim, he's going to pop that Lamb's Respite to make sure he does survive. And Malinek is going to get the kill, but... oh my gosh, there's so much happening on the map. Levi might be going down to Malinek as well. And
Malinek picking up a double.
That is very big for DePaul, but again, that shutdown going over to Newtly on Algistair is also going to be very big. The Stride Breaker completed for Olaf is going to make him very strong in this mid game.
If Carthago didn't run out of mana there, I think they would have claimed the shutdown on the Caitlyn too.
Yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate that they didn't... oh, just barely escapes on that recall. Carthago just barely getting out of there.
Oh, and it looks like they're making a play top here, but we can see the Kindred coming in.
Kindred's here. This is going to be a little bit... might be a little bit too late for the play. But Herald being dropped in the top lane, looking to possibly get some plating.
It's looking like Butler is wanting to secure first tower.
Yes.
There's 4 people on the top side of the map.
Yeah, and the hero's entrance not yet available for the Galio in the mid lane. And they might be looking for something here. Nah, Malinek is just going to be backing away, and they're just going to go back to their normal lane assignments.
It's definitely looking like it's going to be a slower game. We've had a lot of aggressive plays early, but most aggression is going to come out of this Olaf and this Caitlyn.
And we definitely see that aggression against this Sejuani, and he just barely mistimed the Q, but he snipes the kill away. That is a shutdown going over to Newtly.
Definitely a Chris Kyle moment coming out of the Olaf. Huge snipe.
Oh, Carthago is going to be going down, and he just barely got tagged by that light binding from Mystics.
Yeah, the Zac needed to come in and block that R for sure.
I don't know if he had the time to. However, this might be Nat Dog might be in a little bit of trouble here.
He's Zac. He gets out with his E. It's just he's playing the game on easy mode.
Yeah. Oh, the Vagar Cage is going to find Nat Dog here. The empowered root from the Rengar, and Mystics gets the kill onto Nat Dog.
They're really just wanting to snowball this game. I take back what I said about this being a slow progression. They're going as aggressive as possible, taking jumble camps, making plays around the map.
Yeah, and that first turret is already down in the bot lane. This Caitlyn is going to be a big threat for Butler. 650 gold 600 gold shutdown. 5-0-3 on this Caitlyn for King Amazing.
Team fights are definitely going to be a little bit difficult for Butler with how everything's progressing. They really want to split up the team fight though.
Well, looks like we're going to be getting a Rift Herald here picked up for Kim. Reaper is here in that thrill of the hunt, but he might not go in with the invisibility there.
I think you just get the objective and just kind of give it away also. There's not really much you can do.
Yeah, well, we do have that second Rift Herald, which we can use to possibly summon it in the mid lane and just try to play for the next dragon, try to get that Chemtech Drake that's coming up.
Butler definitely has to take some dragons here. They cannot let DePaul take this away from them.
Yeah, this Chemtech Soul is very strong for this DePaul team. They're going to be low on health a lot more often than Butler is. As they are a lot more squishy.
Oh,
Nat Dog might be a little bit of trouble here. He does have the passive, which can stall out for a little bit more time. Reaper's in trouble. The Lamb's Respite comes out, and Kim is alive. And here comes the Olaf. The hero's entrance coming in for Levi, but he is going to get stunned up. He has to flash away. Malinek chasing, but nothing else to be found for DePaul. Just a 1-for-1 in between, 1-for-2. The jungler for DePaul going down, and Newtly and NatDog going down for Butler.
I think that Galliar was used just a little bit early. He needed to wait for the Olaf to get in a little deeper.
Yeah, the Galio are just barely a little bit too early, I think. The Olaf was not really in the middle of the key targets of Butler.
This is definitely looking like they're going to secure Drake here, DePaul.
Yes.
That fight just...
Carthago's in trouble. He has no way to get out of that event horizon from Algistair. He had no flash. He has no chance of getting out.
He should be playing a little more safer on the Ziggs, I think. Definitely a rough game for him.
Yeah, a rough game for Carthago, to be sure. This is a little bit rough for Butler in this first game. Okay, we are seeing a little bit of a split push coming out from Newtly in this top lane. He's just going to be looking to steal away some of those camps, get a little bit more farm, get a little bit further ahead.
I mean, they're playing catch up now. They've got to split up the map as much as possible. Try and get these shutdowns from the spot lane.
Yes, especially on this Caitlyn, 700 gold shutdown on the King Amazing here. The person you would most want that on is the Kindred. However, we don't know if that is going to be possible. I mean, they have so much peel for this Caitlyn, the Lux, the Veigar cage, and the Sejuani. It might be too much.
Yeah, I think so too. And with the farm numbers, Butler has to start farming better. They really, really need to catch up with this 3,000 gold lead that DePaul has claimed.
Yeah, absolutely. Algistair playing a little bit safe under the turret here. He's not looking to step up on that wave. Kim is going to be seen on this ward here. Nothing to be had there.
It's looking like they're wanting to play a bit safer now with this lead. They've got 3 dragons. They're just going to be playing for Soul, or they're going to be playing for Baron.
Yeah. The Herald is summoned up in this bot lane. Levi is going to be getting a little bit of some turret gold. Kim is also going to be taking a little bit of that share. Oh. They might have left a little bit too early. They did get the turret. The minions did take that out. That's very good for Butler. That's a little bit of gold back into their pockets.
Olaf trying to make a play in this top jungle, keep forcing out waves, maybe get a solo fight with Sejuani as the DePaul team is just circulating around this mid lane.
Yeah, this DePaul team is looking to, it looks like they're playing towards that top river. They're gonna try to get some vision so they can possibly take that Baron.
I mean, this Baron fight is going to be integral for both teams.
Yeah, it all comes down to where King Amazing is positioning, because if he positions poorly, that's a 700 gold shutdown going over to Butler.
If we look at this gold here, all of it is fundled on this ADC.
Yeah, that's a 3.3k gold lead for King Amazing in this bot lane.
But it looks like the top and jungle are, on the Butler side, up about 2k gold each.
Yeah, that is very big for this this Baron fight that will probably be coming up in a little bit, or maybe even the Dragon fight, as they are on Soul Point, DePaul.
It's looking like Sejuani is thinking that the Kindred is going to come for the mark, kind of sitting at that top point, just as like a...
Alright, we're looking for, probably looking to clear out some vision around this bot side jungle, so making it so that it is not impossible to walk into this dragon fight. But DePaul is looking in this top side jungle, probably looking to clear out some of this vision, making it a little bit, they might even like do a Baron bait to try to bait Butler into a bad fight.
But Butler, they can sort of play around the entire map, even if they get close to Baron, because they have 3 TPs. They are ready to go up Baron anytime they want.
That is true. It all just comes down to can they get a deep ward to even contest, like to try to get a nice TP flank for Newtly, for Levi, for these to get onto this backline for DePaul.
It's looking like they're wanting to make a play at this dragon here. Kindred sees her markup, might go for it.
And Levi just having to burn the stopwatch already. Got hit by the light binding from Mystics.
Looks like they're definitely prioritizing this dragon here. We might see a fight out here, or could just be stalling for Sejuani to get some more towers.
Yeah, that turret already went down in the top lane. The Malnek is backing, so he does have this TP. The Nat Dog is taking advantage of this 4v5, possibly going to go in, and just barely doesn't find the mark there. Levi is going to be using that Hero's Entrance to keep a little bit of safety, but Reaper's just wreaking havoc on this backline. Double kill for Reaper. He goes down, but this is already a lost fight for Butler. This is Chemtech's soul for DePaul.
This is honestly going to lead into the Baron, I think. I think DePaul is also just running straight over there.
Yeah, it looks like with the 3 members that were on the Dragon are going to be just pushing up this mid lane, probably getting that tier 2 in the mid lane, and probably not the Baron yet, but that next fight is where they are looking.
Just get some more gold, secure some more gold with the amount of kills that you've taken at the Dragon Pit back, and then go to Baron.
Yeah, I mean, look at this Caitlyn. She has got the Gale Force, the Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, and probably is completing that Lord Dominic's on this next back here.
She is definitely looking really dangerous. She is up a full item on the Butler ADC.
And there is that Lord Dominic's that I was talking about. 700 gold shutdown on him, 150 on Reaper and Mystics. There's a lot of sitting gold for Butler that they can claim, but that is all in fighting DePaul, which I don't even think they're able to do right now.
Now we're seeing as both teams kind of converge on the Baron. Interesting to see how this fight's going to play out. It's looking like DePaul's a little more split up right now. This would be a great time for the Zac to engage.
Yeah, but I don't see you need more members of Butler to come onto where this Zac is going to be, and you can see that they're starting to group up a little bit, both of these teams. DePaul is taking a little bit of that control in the topside river here. And this is going to be just a battle of who can stay on this topside river longer.
I really want to see Butler kind of back off here. Just try and get some gold elsewhere, because I don't think at this moment in time they can win the Baron fight. I think they need to scale a little bit more, have a better team fight later.
Oh, and NatDog getting caught out here. That is the passive gone already. Will they be able to oh, Kim is in a little bit of trouble here. And King Amazing is able to snipe away NatDog there.
Looking a little bit aggressive from Butler here.
And Newly's just going in. He's not going to have too much health there. King Amazing is legendary on this Caitlyn.
Definitely a bad fight to take from Butler. Getting caught out with the Zac and the Olaf just running in. Now they secure Baron and the Vigar is pushing up for a tower. It's just crumbling apart.
Yeah, this base is just crumbling for Butler. Oh, the Zigzag was looking for the steal there, but he does not find it. And
little preemptive.
And just a little bit early. But this is looking to be a little bit over for Butler.
8K gold lead, just about. It's definitely looking very rough.
Yeah, it is looking to be just a quick 1-0 for DePaul here. And you have to wonder, what can Butler do in this game and possibly in further down in the series to stop this from being a quick 2-0 sweep?
Well, I think this game they were looking more to play front to back and ended up playing more of like a dive comp almost.
And that is a very good start for this comeback. That shutdown going over to Kim.
Definitely a huge thing going on Kim. This might help him get his third item.
Yeah, and he's probably got the Phantom Dancer or Rapid Fire Cannon actually on his back here. That's a big spike for this Kindred, possibly trying to get in range of this Caitlyn and be able to just burst her down a little bit faster than Caitlyn can burst them down.
It's definitely looking like they just really need to play for this shutdown.
Oh, a little bit of a technical glitch there. Apologies for that. We're back in the game. Newtly is going to be here to stop Malinek on the split push, and nothing is really happening on the map here.
Honestly, Newtly probably could have went in on the Sejuani there. The Rengar, you saw him mid lane, knew that the Caitlyn and the Vigar were there too. Definitely a obtainable kill.
Yeah, I think so too, but you always have to be a little bit careful, and they're looking for something here. Reaper's already here. He's very fast on this Rengar, but they're just gonna get out, and nothing gained, nothing lost.
Elder's coming up soon. Butler and DePaul are both gonna prepare for this.
Yeah, this is a very early Elder for DePaul. This is going to be a big fight. They have to fight this. If they just give up this Elder, they're just gonna lose.
The item lead is just very commanding with DePaul, though. With almost a full item on the support, 2 items on the ADC, it's definitely going to be a rough fight.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough for Butler. They have to try to find a way to get into this this dragon, but Kim's in trouble. Forced Levi to use the hero's entrance, and they're just going to go right back onto that Elder.
I definitely think you almost have to give this Elder here. Just go play somewhere else.
Oh, and King Amazing, he almost burns through the Sterax, and there goes Newtly. King Amazing is still deathless, 9-0-8 on this Caitlyn.
He's definitely putting on a clinic this game.
And Kim just gets a little bit too aggressive on trying to get some damage onto Mystics. But nothing there. And they're just going to be throwing themselves at DePaul, but DePaul says thank you very much and slaps them in the face with their wallets.
And it's almost looking like they're going to get the towers here. Just absolutely commanding game.
Yeah, very, very strong showing from DePaul here in this first game. But the game is, the series is not over just yet. This is, they might be looking to end here. Yeah, the series is not over just yet. This is still a best of 3.
But it is huge game for DePaul. Huge showing.
Very, very strong showing on this game 1. Yeah, but you have to wonder, what can Butler do to come back from this deficit that DePaul has put them in?
Well, I think Butler needs to play more for the early game and more mechanical champions. Play more divey champs.
Yeah, and I think the Olaf might not have been the pick there. We could have even seen a Camille there with a Camille Galio trying to dive onto this Caitlyn and just blow her up.
The Olaf would have been fine if they played it a little bit better. The front to back on Olaf and the shred of Sejuani is very oppressive.
Yeah, and I think we might have to just ban away the Caitlyn. That King Amazing looked just that amazing on that Caitlyn. There's a little bit of a struggle in that bot lane. They couldn't really step up to them.
Yeah, next game they're pretty much just gonna have to ban out King Amazing entirely.
Yeah, also that Rengar looked really good from Reaper. He was putting a lot of pressure onto the map everywhere he went. He was just all over the map, just absolutely beating Kim in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, but he was still behind in gold with Kim, but the team fight that he provided and being able to one-shot Kim and one-shot this Ziggs just was the difference in the jungle.
Yeah, Kim didn't look like... It didn't look like the gold lead was there at all. Reaper looked like he was up the same amount of gold as Kim was.
Yeah. But the mid lanes looked about even. Looked like they were providing the same amount of support for the team.
Yeah, they both wanted to try to lock down they both wanted to try to lock down those carries, trying to provide that little bit of CC, a little bit of that damage for this mid lane. We are going to be going to a commercial break in a little bit, and going into the second game of the series. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Butler Esports, and we're going to be getting into Game 2 between DePaul and Butler here. This is, after that 1-0 from DePaul, we're looking to see how Butler will come back in this series and just get this win against DePaul. This is a key game for them.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to make a lot of changes.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a good amount of changes to get this win back in this series.
They're going to have to play like completely different.
Yes. We will probably have to see a ban away from this bot lane. That King Amazing was just very strong in this bot lane. We're gonna have to see Carthago step up a little bit more in this game. He just looked like he didn't have too much agency in this bot lane in that last game.
Yeah, he was definitely getting a little bit destroyed, I would like to say. If they don't ban this Caitlyn away this next game, it's gonna be rough.
Well, yeah, if they are blue side, we could also see Carthago pick away that Caitlyn if they really want to go for that style of play, but we don't really want that Caitlyn to be on that on King Amazing again. He looked like he was just running over Butler's comp.
Yeah, 100%. And even the Lux felt like very commanding also.
Yeah, that Lux hit a lot of key bindings onto Butler's members, forcing away some flashes, forcing uh, some some stopwatches. Like in the mid lane, Levi had to force a stopwatch to be burned just from one Lux Q hitting.
Yeah. I think to sort of counter this bot lane, they're going to have to pick a more aggressive pick in the top lane, like a Camille or a Fiora.
Yeah, like we might have to see a just aggressive style from Newtly especially. Maybe even that Talon was left up for Kim and they didn't actually go for it, which we could also see that Talon picked up for Kim.
Yeah. It's definitely strange that they didn't pick it up when it was kind of given to them. But I think they needed that carry jungler with Carthago playing the Ziggs.
Yeah, they needed a little bit of a little bit of a bigger AD threat than Talon. Kindred has that provided sustained damage, like that damage over time rather than just a quick burst damage from Talon. And we are getting into draft here, and that you can see that Caitlyn is banned away immediately by Butler.
The Annie ban comes out too. Just a really strong champion right now with about a 55% win rate.
Yeah. The Annie and the Aurelion Soul banned away from Butler there. Xayah is banned away from King Amazing as well.
It's looking like they're just going to try and ban out King Amazing. I don't think it's a bad idea, but I'm guessing this is going to be a Draven ban.
Yeah, I think they're going to just try to keep King Amazing off of those comfortable champions. They're actually going to ban away that Rengar that Reaper looked very good on in that first game.
Seems a little bit surprising to me. But as we see, they hovered the All-Star for a second. That would be a very dangerous thing for them to pick.
And the Varus is actually going to be the pick. An insta-lock Draven Elise from Butler.
They're definitely looking like they're going to try and get more aggressive.
Yeah, the Draven is definitely one of those champions that if you get ahead, you can absolutely take over a game.
And we have another interesting pick here with the Viego. We don't see him a lot of the time in these games, but I know Reaper is very good on Viego, so I'm excited to see how he plays this.
Yeah, Reaper very strong on this Viego pick, and Viego is a very skill expressive champion where you can get those resets, you can get those very big team fights wins just from those ult resets.
Yeah, 100%. And as we see, the Sejuani gets banned here too. Nice performance from the Sejuani last game. Not surprising.
Yeah, and also we do see that Blitzcrank picked up for Nat Dog. This is going to be a very strong lane in this bot lane. We have the Draven Blitzcrank versus the Varus Alistar.
Butler banned 4 people from the last game, only missing out on banning the Lux. And get a Cassiopeia out of
Levi. That is one of his comfort picks. He loves this Cassiopeia. He is a very, very commanding on this champion, and we do see a Victor that would be coming to pick into this Cassiopeia.
I think this is going to be a very interesting mid matchup. These two champions wanting to do 2 completely different things.
Yeah, Victor looking to do that big burst damage. Cassio looking to be that sustained damage with the poison damage, the E's constantly coming out, and Fiora blind pick for Malinek.
I think they picked this Fiora so they could pick it away from Newtly.
Yeah, and this is just going to be a Jax for Newtly. This is a very interesting comp from both sides. I wonder how top lane is going to play out. This is a skill matchup, if I've ever seen one, of Jax versus Fiora. These are two very skill expressive champions. Newtley definitely has had that comfort on this Jax. One of his better picks.
Yeah, and he's going into a champion he's comfortable on. So definitely interesting from DePaul here.
Yeah, and this top lane matchup can honestly swing the entire game. Jax is one of those champions that can just 1v5 in against if given the right circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, with how powerful he is just in this patch and the previous patch, definitely a dangerous pick coming out from Butler.
Yeah, absolutely. A very strong pick from Newtley, and just a very solid draft from Butler in general. This bot lane is going to be an absolute menace. Draven Blitzcrank. If Draven's able to get a kill onto anyone and get that early cash out, he's going to snowball in this game.
Yeah, and it's definitely putting a lot of responsibility on Carthago. Just completely different than last game. Instead of the carry being in the jungle, they're definitely putting it in the ADC spot.
Yeah, and this also could be a little bit of a early gank angle for Butler, as they did pick the Elise, who really wants to get under the turret and dive the enemy and use the repel to get out of turret range.
Yeah, the Elise is definitely an interesting pick. Way more aggressive than the Kindred. I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, me too. And he looked very good on that in their game last week against Seton Hall. That was one of the quickest games we've seen in Big East play this split. There was a 23-minute game. The Elise just having so much agency in the jungle, and I'm interested to see if he has that same amount of agency in this game.
Well, he is definitely going up against a more put-together team, I think. Just something that could take more advantage of this Elise.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that that the Elise will definitely have to be played a little bit better to have that same sort of agency that he had in that last game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they need to put a lot of pressure towards the bot lane, even having the mid sort of come this way. But the Cassiopeia is kind of like a carry herself.
Yeah, Cassiopeia, if given some items with that Rod of Ages, with a Rylai's, she can put out some serious damage and give some very good utility for the team.
Yeah, and she'll also be able to like defend the back line almost, keep people off the Draven with her miasma.
Yeah, and also the Petrifying Gaze being a very strong tool as a disengage tool and a counter engage tool at that.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think about the top pick from DePaul?
The Fiora. I think the Fiora is going to be a very interesting pick. If it gets ahead, it's going to absolutely snowball this game. But if it gets behind, it's just going to feel really useless, I feel like.
Yeah, and especially with putting that sort of pressure on other people besides Reaper and King Amazing, who have come out and sort of stapled themselves as the carries for this team.
Yeah, Malinek, he did look very good on that Sejuani, but it was Sejuani. It's not one of these high skill carry champions that Fiora is very similar to those high skill expressive champions.
Yeah, definitely a switch up in the top lane. Excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, me too. I think this is going to be a very snowbally game. It one kill could just determine the entire game, honestly. All right, looks like we are about to get into the game here, and we are looking at possibly a slight invade for Butler.
This is definitely a lot different than what they did last game. I like seeing them switch it up.
Yeah, and Levi getting that ward, meaning that he will be hitting level 2 off of the first wave, which is very big for the mid lane here.
It definitely is going to put a lot of pressure on this Victor, and but it could set up something for this Viego if he pushes this wave in far enough.
Yeah, you just have to be a little bit careful because this Viego can be coming at any time.
I really like this Blitzcrank pick here. I think being able to pick out either the Viego or the Varus is just going to be so integral.
Yeah, if you're able to get a blitz hook onto either the Varus, this Victor, if you can catch out some of these carries, this could be just game changing for Butler.
It's looking like Reaper might path towards the bot side here. Same goes with the Elise, who doesn't even need a leash.
Yeah, the Elise goes leashless, and the Viego is going to be getting a slight leash from Malinek. Just a little bit of help from his friend there. And we're just going to be probably seeing just some farm in this early stages of the game. Nothing too crazy.
But we are seeing a possible 3 camp from this Elise. So she's wanting to gank this bot early.
Yeah, the Elise is already on the blue buff. The Elise just skipped Raptors, and Krugs and Wolves just went straight red to blue, and probably going to Gromp, going for a 3 camp, like you said, and looking to get an early gank onto this bot lane.
I like this aggressive play from the Jax here. He's pushing in the first wave. The Viego is going bot side. It is looking really good for him.
Yeah, this is a very aggressive play from Newtly, which is what we like to see from him.
It's like his staple. That's what he usually does.
That is his. He is best when he is playing aggressive and in the face of the enemy top laner.
Looking like Elise just gonna sit in tri-bush here as the wave is pushed under tower. Maybe waiting for Viego, waiting for the Blitzcrank to get a hook here.
Yeah, if Blitzcrank lands a hook, oh, he's flashing forward, forcing the flash out of King Amazing here. And
missing his hook on King Amazing.
Just barely missing that hook, and looks like it's just going to be nothing really to be found there. The flash is traded from... oh, that is not what you want to see in the top lane. Malinek getting the first blood on Newtly.
Definitely a little bit too aggressive there from Newtly, as he didn't expect the tower range to hit him.
Yeah, he's just going to be teleporting up in the top lane, trying to get some of that farm back. Yeah, but like I was saying, that flash trade is very good for Butler, as the Blitzcrank does have that Hex Flash.
Yeah, and the Draven keeps his flash up, which is very important.
And very aggressive stuff from Kim in this jungle. He's just playing in the face of Reaper, trying to take away some of these camps.
Well, he knows this champ very well, and he knows its limits. He's gonna try and be as aggressive as he can if the enemy jungler has a losing matchup.
Yeah, and he just took away those Raptors from Reaper. He's just gonna go back into his own jungle and just farm it up. And he's looking to get this top side Scuttle Crab. There might be a fight over this, actually. Viego's coming to contest.
Definitely an interesting thing for Viego to fight this. I think the Elise will win this fight here. Yes. Jax staying in lane though.
Yeah, the Jax is not roaming over just yet, and there he is. He's gonna come in, and Reaper might be dead here. And that is a kill going to Newtly, but they have to get away from Malinek. They're both so low. Malinek is in trouble though. He's gonna get the kill, but that is a 2-for-1 in the top lane, and that is very good for Butler here.
Yeah, especially now that Elise can get this top wave and then start to clear down if she wants to. Then she's sitting on a ton of gold now.
Yeah, and we also saw their Flash and Cleanse both having to be used from Carthago to get away from this damage from this Varus and Alistar in the bot lane. This bot lane is just looking to play the exact same way that they played in Game 1 with that stomp that they had. Oh, Reaper might be looking to gank Levi here. He misses the W, and he is going to be just fine.
I think this is okay for Levi here, as he is up a significant amount of farm. And you kind of pulled things out from Viego and Victor. The Viego has to be wasting a lot of time just going there not to kill Levi.
Yeah, and that was a very nice trade from Newtly there, dodging away from that riposte from Malinek. And Butler's looking to start up this dragon here.
Another game where we just get an instant dragon. The second it's on the map, we go for it. I like this movement out of Butler.
Oh, I don't know if Malinek can fight this. The Jax is level 6 already.
Definitely a little bit sketchy. Just trying to get under tower.
Newtly is just going to go under turret, and he is going to die to the turret, but that is just fine. The Viego is forced to come up there and push that wave out.
This definitely gives the Elise an opportunity to make a play bot side or mid side, maybe even take some of the enemy's jungle. A lot of possibilities.
Yeah, that bot side jungle is Kim's for the taking, but he's looking for a dive here. The cocoon lands, and the blitz hook just goes wide, and Victor was looking to roam down here, but nothing to be had there. Both teams are just going to back off, and that is a slight disappointment from Butler. However, this is just a little bit of back and forth between these two teams.
Yeah, and we see Butler's kind of going for the bot side play this game, as Viego goes towards the top side to take some of these Elise's camps.
Yeah, and they're just gonna try to let Newtly solo win this this top side. Jax, once he gets just a couple of items under his belt, is very scary. Oh, and Kim's coming back down in the bot lane. Mystics might be in a little bit of trouble. They're going on to King Amazing. He's gonna be a little bit low. And does this kill go over to Carthago? It does not. It goes over to NatDog, and NatDog goes down to Mystics. Will they give this kill over to Carthago? They should be able to get this kill. Mystics taking a little bit of time, and he just barely does not get that cash in, but that kill goes over to Kim, and Kim is going to be very happy with that.
Definitely a very min-maxy fight, as you saw the Blitzcrank hook come out right before the Blitzcrank died to pull the Alistar back into the fight. But this is pretty big for Butler, as Draven now gets this whole wave, and 2 kills go over to the Elise, which is pretty big.
Yes, and that is very, very strong showing from Kim on this Elise. He's just been all over the map and in Reaper's face, and Reaper just has felt like he hasn't done anything.
Especially since he's down farm too, which to me doesn't make sense because he hasn't made as many plays on the map. Should be taking advantage of his time to farm.
Yeah, and speaking of farm, look at this CS lead in the top lane. Newtly absolutely dominating, up just a couple of waves actually.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a CS lead in the bot lane, so it's kind of evening out.
Yes, and looks like they're probably looking to summon this Rift Herald in the bot lane, probably getting this this bot lane turret here.
Definitely a bit risky for them to go this deep for it.
Yeah, they did summon the Herald up in the bot lane. It's gonna crash in and possibly take it down to just barely over 2 plates.
At least they saved this last plate. Definitely a huge thing for Butler that they didn't get the tower.
Oh, and Newtly's looking to trade a little bit of damage onto Malinek. Very good trade. And nothing. Oh, the riposte missing actually allowed Newtly to get a little bit more damage onto Malinek there. Very strong showing from Newtly. Oh, he's just looking to get a little bit more damage. Does he have enough? Oh, they're both just going to back away, and NatDog's in a little bit of trouble here. The flash forward from Reaper, and he is going to die. The blitz hook from Reaper, he looks like he's hitting more hooks than NatDog has this past game.
I mean, Viego is just... He's making a statement. He does not want this Elise to get that ahead of him. He is trying to come back with everything he has.
and as I said before, it's a very skill expressive champion for Reaper to pull out here, and he's showing it with that play that he just made in that bot lane.
But as we see, the Elise is going to take some camps away from him top lane for it. Try and get punish him as much as she can.
Yeah, and the hook from NatDog. Mystics might be going down here. What a play from NatDog.
This definitely gives their bot lane some commanding presence over the lane. But Victor and Viego are on their way. Try and take some kills back if they can.
Yeah, they do spot them with that ward. And also, I would like to point out something. This build from Reaper is a little bit more aggressive. It looks like he's going for that shield bow. Or possibly even a Kraken Slayer.
I think the build on Viego is Kraken Slayer Bork. So if he does go shield bow, it would be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a choice for sure. I don't know how. I don't know the Viego builds. That's not one of my specialties. But maybe Reaper has some knowledge that I don't. There looks to be some sort of fight around this dragon here. NatDog's hook just barely goes wide. And now DePaul has control over this bot side, and the dragon is going to be going over to DePaul.
This is definitely looking pretty bad for Butler, as they're trying to maintain control over this bot lane as much as possible.
Yeah, and the TP forced out from Malinek, actually from Algistair, apologies. Algistair's there to catch the wave in the top lane. And so that means that there's a TP advantage in the mid lane. They're going for something on the Levi. Mystics is a little bit in trouble, but Levi is able to get away. Nothing to be had there from DePaul.
I mean, just a very close play on Levi. If they could have secured that kill, it would have been a lot of pressure towards this mid lane.
Yeah, like Levi is gonna have to TP back to catch this wave. There's not really much that he can do other than TP back. Maybe there might be a play here after they DePaul might have overstayed their welcome, but no, there's nothing there.
They definitely need to start making some plays around the map. They're getting a little bit behind here, especially with that dragon take and the first Herald.
Yeah, about a 1.5K gold lead for DePaul in this game, and that is mostly coming off of this bot lane. King Amazing is up, about 40 CS on Carthago here. He needs to start getting that farm up.
And out of the entire Big East, King Amazing leads it with the most CS per game.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect that from a former challenger level AD carry in King Amazing.
I mean, 100%, and he is just showing why he got challenger this game and last game.
Yeah, he's been a little bit fed in both games, just a little bit. That 8-0 in the Caitlyn, he's up 2K gold on Carthago here. Yeah,
definitely just commanding lead. And it's looking like we're kind of equal on the top side here, equal in the mid, a little bit of a lead in the jungle, but the bot lane, it's just clear.
Yeah, that gold lead is entirely on King Amazing. If they are able to shut him down in this later stages of the game, and possibly if they get that kill credit onto Carthago, if they get that cash in for the Draven, this is going to be very able to swing it back into their favor.
It's looking like the Jax is trying to make a play here. Maybe just claim the wave. Either way, it works for him.
Yeah, the Newtly is just going to look to keep farming, keep scaling. That Jax does scale pretty well into the mid to late stages of this game. He already has that Divine Sunder. He's probably looking to get a little bit more tanky with maybe like a Death Stance or a Sterax possibly.
He might even go into Black Cleaver. Just try and do a lot of damage this game.
Yeah, Black Cleaver is also a very, very strong option for this this Jax. we also need to keep an eye on this mid lane. Levi has 4 stacks on that Rod of Ages. Once you get the 10 stacks, that level lead is going to drastically increase in this mid lane.
And not only that, but he's going to be so much harder to kill for this Victor.
Yeah, the Rod of Ages makes people so deceptively tanky with the amount of health you're gaining back each time you use mana.
And I think we're going for a Seraphs here on the Cassiopeia.
Possibly even a Rylai's, just skipping the Archangels altogether and going into that more utility style where each tick of that poison is going to be slowing the enemy down and possibly allowing Carthago to catch up and get some of those kills.
Herald is now up, and Dragon is coming up soon, so I'm excited to see which team goes for which objective.
The flash coming out from King Amazing, just barely missing out on that hook from Nat Dog.
That was definitely some good reaction time from King Amazing, because it's hard to see the pull from over the wall.
Yeah, especially if you don't have vision of that Blitzcrank, you're not going to be able to react in super good amount of time, but good reactions from King Amazing there.
It's looking like they're going to go for like a cheese bush play.
Oh, and Reaper's in trouble here, and there he goes. That's just immediately one down. King Amazing's in trouble. Kim is going to be going onto him, but he's going to die. There's nothing that he can really do. Nat Dog, that's a double kill for King Amazing, and they're looking to chase down Levi here. They're going to stop. They're just going to cut their losses and just go towards this dragon, try to get this Infernal Drake. And Levi might have overstepped here. That is a little bit too aggressive from Levi there.
Yeah, they should have just backed up, tried to go for the other objective. Give them this dragon.
Yeah, they could have just backed up, gone for this Rift Herald. They give up the dragon and the kill onto I believe Algister got that kill.
This is definitely just looking like another snowball for DePaul. Butler really has to try and play catch up here, make some plays in different parts of the map.
Yeah, King Amazing now with that 300 gold shutdown, that definitely puts a target on his back, and he doesn't have as much peel as he did in that last game with the Lux, with the Sejuani. The Alistar will be able to keep him safe for a little bit, for just a little bit, but how much is the question there?
Exactly. I mean, that Alistar has to play very well for this he has to peel very well.
And yeah, we see 3,000 gold lead in that bot lane, and we're still waiting to see a mythic come out from Carthago. He went that first item, Essence Reaver, and possibly going into either Infinity Edge or possibly a Bloodthirster here.
I'm thinking this is definitely going to be the Infinity Edge build. You really, second item, either want to build Infinity Edge or Navori.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking to be, that is a big amount of poke coming down there from King Amazing onto Carthago. He's going to have to just stay a little bit further back. Oh, Nat Dog looking for a hook, but he does not find it.
I think Nat Dog there had to preemptively hook before he shot it off, or he was just not going to land it.
Yeah, that's a big amount of damage there, but that is the Varus ult already gone for. Oh, there's a play here, and Newly is going to be a little bit of a target here. He's got it so low. He was just taking so much damage. This is a lot. That is a lot of damage already, and there goes the entirety of Butler's team. That's a 2-4-0 for DePaul.
And it's looking like they're going to try and go for Levi here, who's a little pushed up in the top lane.
Or possibly even just a Baron. It is 20 minutes. There's there's no one to really contest this, and Fiora's already on this tier 2 in the bot lane.
This is definitely looking a little bit dangerous for Butler, as they have DePaul has a better split laner than Butler at this moment in time.
Oh, and Algistair is getting a little bit low. I don't know if they're going to be able to secure this. Levi he just hit that 10th stack of Rod of Ages, and he's going to just be a little bit of disruptive here. Algistair might just have to die for the team just to make sure that they get out. NatDog looking for a play onto Mystics. And does this cash out go onto Carthago? It does, plus 500 gold for the Draven.
I mean, that's a lot of gold, but as DePaul, I would still take that trade. You got 2 kills in the mid lane and a Baron. Definitely huge for DePaul, and a little bit of a comeback from Butler there.
Yeah, a little bit of gold back into Carthago's pockets, but you still see he's down 3,000 gold on King Amazing here.
It's looking like they're gonna go for...
Oh, wait, they found him. They found King Amazing. This might be another cash in for Carthago. Kim gets the kill, but that is a huge play for Butler there.
Especially now that they've got pressure in the bot lane too with this Jax. And they almost get the second tower with the Herald.
Yeah, that's an objective bounty going over to Butler, plus a shutdown going over to Butler. This might have swung the game back in Butler's favor here.
I mean, they made up just about 2,000 gold just with that one play.
And looks like Newtle's going to be TPing up into the top lane. Nothing, just to make sure that Fiora doesn't get that tier 1 in the top lane.
Dragon is up soon, and Butler just back to get this gold. I'm hoping to see some plays for this Dragon.
Yeah, and also we do see the Rylai's completed for Levi. That is going to make him very disruptive in this team fight, and we also see that Algistair does not have his second item in Rabadon's quite yet.
Yeah, the Victor is definitely a little bit behind here.
Wait, there might be a fight here in this top lane. Malinek just having to flash away, Newtle jumping away, and that is if you're Newtle, you'll take that trade. That is a free flash blown.
But we do have the TP on this Fiora and not on the Jax, so it is looking a bit dangerous, as the Fiora could get a tower and TP into the fight.
Yeah, and that tower's already gone. Fiora is looking to possibly even get this tier 2 in the top lane. Butler is going to be starting up this Dragon. Will they be able to zone away this DePaul team? It looks like they're just going to give away this Dragon and go for this tier 2 in the mid lane.
Honestly, I think DePaul could have fought this very easily with like I said, the TP from Fiora.
Yeah, they could have fought it, but it's too risky to do that. You can just get that free gold that you're leaving on the map, that tier 2 in the top lane, tier 2 in the mid lane. They're just pushing into this base, slowly but surely.
Oh, and it looks like you were right. A Bloodthirster does come out from the Draven.
Yeah, he's going to be delaying that Mythic a little bit, but when will we see it? That is the question. Will it be too late at that point? Will he actually be able to complete that Mythic in time for his team to stay in this game?
I mean, Butler definitely needs him to.
And Spear of Shojin coming out from Newtle already. That's a very spicy item for this Jax.
It's looking like he wants more damage. He wants to be able to get in this backline and disrupt this Varus and this Victor.
Yes, he wants to be that big damage tool for this backline, and just get in there, deal a bunch of damage to King Amazing and Algistair.
And it's looking like Fiora is just shooting past this Jax now, as she's caught up with farm, probably taken more towers, and has less deaths.
Yeah, just barely catching up in that farm department, as you said. And this mid lane matchup is also swinging a little bit towards Levi. He's now almost completed that Seraphs, and he is going to be very strong in this mid lane. Well, Algister is not even completing his. Oh wait, Reaper's in trouble here. And there's just too many members of DePaul to keep going. They're just gonna keep leave this pressure in the mid lane.
Going on Reaper there was, I think, the correct play to make, but it was also very smart for them to walk away from it.
Oh, and Mystics just barely gets that headbutt back into the team. Carthago's dead. There's nothing left for Butler. This is just going to be a massive fight for DePaul, and they might be able to end off of that.
I mean, that was just a huge fight from DePaul. It's definitely looking like it's going to be game over for Butler.
Yeah, the respawn timers are too long. Carthago's up in 15 seconds. This is just going to be a quick 2-0 for DePaul.
And I mean, just what a performance from this team. Definitely showing that they are the second place spot in this league, and Butler has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough game for Butler here, but you know, as you said, there's a lot of things you can learn from this game. Carthago definitely played a little bit below the caliber that he has been showing in these past couple games.
Yeah, definitely an outlier for Carthago, as the Butler bot lane has the highest KDA in the league, and this game just showed that that doesn't matter. King Amazing is just going to take advantage of you when he can.
Yeah, King Amazing looked to be an absolute menace in this bot lane. Nothing that they could really do against him. The Caitlyn was super strong in game 1. The Varus looked to be really strong in game 2. Reaper was all over the map. Even though Kim looked to be all over the map early, he came back late and just showed him up.
Yeah, I mean, that Viego pick, it honestly worked out very well.
Yeah, and you can see the damage charts here. 25,000 damage from King Amazing in this bot lane. Newtley was able to put up some good damage numbers. Yeah, but there was no standing up to King Amazing here.
Yeah, as the Draven comes out with the third lowest damage in the game, that is just very rough for a Draven especially.
Yeah, and you can see those gold counts. 12,000 gold for Malinek in the top lane. He was just able to farm his way back into the game, getting some of those turrets, getting some of those, getting some of that. He got some early kills as well to help with that gold, but he was just an absolute menace in that side lane.
Yeah, and we see that every lane was up. This was just a problem for every one of the Butler players.
Yeah, and there's just not really much that Butler could have done once they got to that point where King Amazing was already up like 2,000, 3,000 gold. He was snowballing out of control. And they weren't able to shut him down, it looked like.
Yeah, and they weren't able to sort of take advantage of this pressure that he has in the bot lane and move it somewhere else, you know? Try and come back in the top lane where they had a lead with Jax on the Fiora. And in mid lane, they also had a lead. They should have been making plays elsewhere.
Yeah, they should have been trying to alleviate that pressure in the bot lane by trying to get other lanes ahead. They're trying to get that top lane ahead, that mid lane ahead, like you said, and possibly even just invading Reaper. They could have possibly just shot through and gotten a couple of kills in the jungle as well.
Yeah, there was definitely a whole lot of pressure just being developed in this bot lane that Butler couldn't deal with.
Yeah, and yeah, Butler's going to fall to 3-2 on the season. Just going to be hanging out in third place. Actually, they'll be tied with UConn, it looks like, in the standings at 3-2.
Yeah, and Seton Hall is also sitting there at 4-2. So it's almost a three-way tie for third. One of those three teams is going to be like crawling for this playoff spot.
Yeah, the top 4 teams will be going to playoffs, and there's 3 teams competing for the last 2 playoff spots. If you're these 3 teams, you are itching for a good game in your next series.
Yeah, this is definitely a very competitive top 5. It's anybody's game for playoffs for sure.
Absolutely. I think that this is going to be a very tough end to the season for any of the teams that don't make it. Like Villanova and Marquette, they've been kind of the bottom of the barrel teams here, but the St. John's, Butler, DePaul, Seton Hall, and UConn they have been super competitive with each other and just been able to get to these top spots and fight their way into the playoffs.
It's looking like every year these are the same teams that want to fight into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Butler is always going to be one of those teams that wants to. They are always one of those teams that is going to be staying in the playoff race for as long as they can, because they have been that staple playoff team for as long as they've been an org.
Yeah, and they've definitely kind of made a shift because they used to be this big team fight team, but now they're kind of moving into like a dive and a separate team, pressure everywhere else.
Yeah, I think the addition of Kim definitely changed that up, as he does like those aggressive style of junglers, and they want to play for Kim specifically.
Yeah, I think so too. He's definitely their biggest driving force in this team.
Yeah, and he has. I mean, he didn't look to be that top spot jungler in this series, but in the previous series he's looked to be one of the better junglers in this league.
Yeah, 100%. Possibly one of the best junglers in the league.
Yeah, possibly. And if he's able to get some gold under his belt, he is able to run over a game. We didn't show it in this game, but he can show it in many other ways. Yeah. Not a lot to be said about this series other than Butler they have some work to do over this next week or so.
Yeah, and I think it was just very clear in draft almost that DePaul was just going to have this lead.
Yeah, the Varus and the Alistar just being able to shut down the Draven Blitzcrank on the other side of the matchup. They were, and the play that I was thinking of, the play where they caught out both of the bot laners, but the Mystics was able to deny the kill from Carthago. That if Carthago was able to get that kill earlier, he would have been able to snowball that game a lot faster than he did.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad thing that it went towards the Elise, but the Elise didn't make a lot of pressure with that extra gold.
Yeah, even though Kim was all over the map early, Reaper ended up being a bigger factor in that game than Kim was. All right, and we after that 2-0 from DePaul, we are going to have to say goodbye, and yeah, we'll see you the next time that we will be streaming.